Blacks own nothing in a city where they're the majority population. I got 1 million black folk in Detroit that owns nothing. Now, what's the impact of that? That's why in the 2000 census, the United States government declared Detroit to be the poorest city in the United States with the highest crime rate. And everybody's sitting back in the black leadership saying, oh, why are we so poor? You're poor because you're stuck on stupid. There is a direct relationship in this country between how many businesses you own and how poor you're going to be as a group.
This black professor is saying that black people are in a deeper problem. Like black people are having a lot of problem. You're talking about black Americans, to be specific, simply because black Americans, they don't own business in America. They depend in these white collar jobs. And that's one of the things that is making them to be behind on all the things. If you are black American and you are watching this video, I want you to listen this clip that I'm going to play right now, and I want you to comment down there, tell me if he is talking the truth, because he is a black American and he has lived amongst black Americans and amongst white Americans. Maybe he has something that we need to pick from him. Let's watch this video and then we react about it.
Arabs own not only the gas stations, they own the grocery stores, party stores, liquor stores. The Koreans in Detroit, they own the barbecue restaurants, the nail shops, the wig shops, the hair products, distributorships. The East Indians in Detroit, they own the rest of the businesses. They own the Dunkin' and Donuts, the cheap motels, the check cashing services. Blacks own nothing in a city where they're the majority population. I got 1 million black folk in Detroit that owns nothing. Now, what's the impact of that? That's why in the 2000 census, the United States government declared Detroit to be the poorest city in the United States with the highest crime rate. And everybody's sitting back in the black leadership saying, oh, why are we so poor? You're poor because you're stuck on stupid. There is a direct relationship in this country between how many businesses you own and how poor you're going to be as a group. Those groups that have no businesses are going to be poor and imprisoned. It is not the government's responsibility to help you do anything. The government responsibility and the police department's responsibility is to put you in jail and keep you out of the way. When you have a Katrina situation, which on one of my videos, I started talking about Katrina 7 to 8 years before it even happened. When you have a Katrina situation, which on one of my videos, I started talking about Katrina 7 to 8 years before it even happened. That must be almost 10 years before that was happened to Katrina. They got me crying on the video and they wouldn't take it out. But the video telling me what's going to happen in that city, because the poverty rate was so high, 82% poverty rate in New Orleans before Katrina even hit. And nobody was concerned and understand that if you don't have any businesses, you're going to be poor. The reason black people are the poorest people in the United States is because we don't own businesses. Now watch this now. In this country, in America, the group with the highest income in America today are Asians. The median family income for an Asian in America is $55,000 for median family income. Y'all follow this along, so when long after I've left you this evening, you'll never forget this as long as you live. The median family income from an Asian is the highest in the United States at the end of the group, $55,000. Underneath them are whites. The median family income from a white person is about $53,000 to $54,000. The median family income for these Hispanics that you're also worried about and getting them into the country are over blacks. They're at $32,000 and $33,000. The median family income for black people is $19,400. Now, why are black folk on the bottom in income? Here it is now. Asians got a $55,000 income, median family income over here. Here's why they got that income. 1 out of every 10 Asians are in business. Again, $55,000 income, they're at the top. 1 out of 10 are in business. Let's go down to the next level. You got whites now over here. Whites at $53,000 to $54,000 income in that general range. They got 1 out of every 34 in business. Hispanics got 1 out of 54 in business. Black folk at the bottom with 1 out of 104. If you don't have any businesses, you're going out of existence. Why is that now? It's because all you're doing is working for a living. We're the only people that encourage our children to go off and get a good education and go get a good job. No other group of people tell their children that. No other group is that silly to tell their children, go off and get a good education and then go get yourself a good job working in a white company someplace. Everybody else tells their kids something different, and I'll explain to you with Chinese a little later. We're the only people that don't encourage our children to start businesses. If you go put your child into a job, or if you're working a job, you got to understand the purpose of a job. The purpose of a job is not to enrich you. You cannot get rich working a job. The only way you can get rich working a job is if you're good at stealing. A job is designed to maintain you. A job is designed to keep you one way from the welfare line, unemployment, and food stamps. You work a job until you get too old and they retire you, then you got to go out and beg on the streets. You might get lucky to give you a silver watch. A business will redistribute wealth and power to you 8 times faster. If you have a business, you can also get a salary, but you can also get capital gains. You can also get depreciation. You can get appreciation. You can you got all kind of tax loopholes. You can write off all kind of things on your business against your businesses. You can do all kind of things. The system is set up where those who don't have businesses pay all the taxes. Winn-Dixie had about 500 stores one year when I was over education in the state of Florida. I looked at the records. They had about 526 stores in the United States. Winn-Dixie, like Safeway, 126 stores. And that thing one year they only paid $9 in taxes. They got all kinds of loopholes, flip back, take backs, and everything else to make sure they don't pay any taxes. You work at a job, you got nothing you can write off except your interest payment on your house and your taxes on your house. That's it. The rest of your money is going to take care of the rest of this country. And we're the only people who have no businesses. Black folk are paying more than their share of taxes because we are so silly we won't start businesses. Now, let me go to another issue. If you start businesses, what must you do? How do you start those businesses? I put all that in Powernomics. Start businesses at this late gate. It's too late for you just to simply go into a business. It is too late to simply go into a business randomly say, well, I'm going to start a business. I don't see any flower shops on the street, so I'm going to start a flower shop. It ain't going to cut it. Now, at this point, the door is almost closed on us in this country. If you're going to go into a business, you must go into a business where you have a competitive advantage. You must be able to tell me or somebody, the reason I'm going into this business is because I have a competitive advantage over my competitors. And I'll ask you, what are your competitive advantages? You must build your business around 2 things. Wherever your people dominate in population, or wherever your people dominate in spending patterns. That's how you go into business. And if you unify yourselves, you got a chance. If you don't, you're through. Now you hear people talking about, Dr. we should go into business because we got a $700 billion annual disposable income. You're right. They said we're the ninth richest nation on earth. You're right. Black people in America's annual disposable income is higher than Sweden, Pakistan, India, North Korea, South Korea, Vietnam, and all the African countries put together. But we're the poorest people in the country because we do not practice group economics. Everybody on earth practices group economics but us. Again, Powernomics talks about all this stuff. So did black labor, white wealth. Everybody practices group economics but us. Now what is group economics? Group economics means you must learn how to pool your resources in a vertical way and buy from your own people, up and down a chain. Just that simple. It says nothing, you don't have to love all black folk, you don't have to be kissing on them and hugging on them, but you should support them and buy from them. We won't do it. Now in group economics, the rule is this. Your money is supposed to bounce 8 to 12 times before it leaves your hands. It's supposed to bounce 8 to 12 times before it leaves your hands or leaves your race. That means that if you got $1 in your pocket right now, that dollar should go to another black person and another black person, 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 till it passes through 8 to 12 times before it leaves to go to a non-black hand. In America, Hispanic money bounces 6 to 7 times. Hispanics in America right now that you're all competing with, they spend their money to their own people 6 to 7 times before it leaves a Hispanic hand. White money bounces 8 to 12 times. Arab and Asian money bounces 13 to 14 times. Jewish money bounces 18 times. Black money doesn't bounce once. As soon as a black person gets paid, he'll run over you trying to get to a non-black business to spend it. As soon as it, right now, if you're out the street, every black dollar right now in Baltimore is going into a non-black hand right now. They're committing suicide. Every time you fail to spend your money with your own people, not only have you failed to practice group economics, but you flush $11 down the toilet. When you leave here right now and you go out there and you stop at a gas station and you buy a dollar's worth of gasoline, which is about a thimbleful about like that. You buy a dollar's worth of gasoline, you just threw $11 down the toilet. It didn't go to a black hand. Anytime you put your money in another group's hands, you're aiding them in wiping you out.
Welcome back. Black Americans are in a deep problem simply because they don't own business in America. They don't own grocery stores, they don't own supermarkets, they don't own schools, they don't own hospitals, they don't own anything. I think if that is the problem, then it's a bigger one, because in a black community, you find a black community, a black person cannot open a business there. Maybe we only find white businesses there. And when a black opens a business, maybe it goes down simply because it does not get any or enough support from other black people. That's what's happened. For example, when I talk about black people or when I talk about Africa, a lot of Africans or countries that have grown, you will find the business that are booming in that country is not a black man's business. You'll find it's Indians, Asians, white people, you name it, Chinese. They are the one who have this big business here. Just the other day, you saw in Uganda, China Square. Chinese opened a bigger business in Uganda, and in Kenya too. It's called China Square. That a lot of black people were going there to buy those products simply because it's cheaper, and you sense that it is being sold by a white person. It's just a brainwashing system. Yeah? When you see a white man's business, you think it is better than your black brother's business. That's awkward. Now, we talk about black American not owning business and black American having this bigger problem. I have seen a lot of people complaining about it, that it's not that they don't want to open business, but they cannot get enough support from other black people. And I've heard a lot of complaints too, even if they are They are working somewhere, these white collar jobs, you find they are black people. You will find this black person who is an employer in this company is going against this another black person who is an employer too. So there's no much support between them. And there's a video I did yesterday where this lady was saying that the unity of black people, it's hard to get unity within black people. I think we have a problem as black people that we need to solve it. And that's why we do these videos, simply because to show that for us to make steps, for us to achieve more than, or for us to have that supremacy, for us to be superior, we need to be united. That's the rule number one as a black people. Because you may open business, you may open a grocery store, but no one's come to buy there. If your own black people cannot support you, how can you expect white people to support your business as a black person? And that's why you hear that black people never open businesses, simply because they don't get that enough support they need to get from other black brothers. When you talk about black Americans, we have a lot of black Americans in America. And you are the people who have built this America, because you are more intelligent, you have invented a lot of things, you work in any condition, tough conditions, soft conditions, you work not like white Americans. There's some work they can do others, but black Americans, you can decide to be the power of business in this country, simply because in your communities, just take over, open schools, clinical centers, etc. And if you get support from another black brother, that's the thing we need to do. You'll be out here saying that, oh, black people are going through a lot. Oh, we are not getting this. We are having problems. But it's not that we are having problems, but we don't get support that we need from our own. We supporting other people, but we cannot support our own. We can't. But when you find the white Americans, they support their own first. I know they support black Americans too. White Americans, they support black Americans too. You listen to their music, they go to their shows, they watch black American movies. They support their own first, and then they support the other race. And it's happening to Indians too. You see Indians here opening business, and they are bringing their own Indians here to work. A government tell you, oh, Indians have come here and open a company, you will get job. No, you can't get job from them. Indians support their own first. Chinese support their own first. Now, there's a video I was watching, Yivist. I don't know, it's called Yivist. This man from France who is walking across Africa or riding across Africa with their tricycle. Right now he's in South Africa, and he went in this one hotel, and the owner of this hotel is a Portuguese, and he was telling him, whenever tourists come here, there's another one who come from Pakistan. Whenever they come here, I don't charge them. They sit with me here, eat with my family for free, sleep for free. And this France was like, wow. And I was like, can he do this to Africans? There's this African this lady who is a receptionist. She was asked, does he do that to all people? And she was like, to some, and to some not. So he is supporting his own people. This is a Portuguese, a white man supporting a white man from France. He's not extracting money from him because he knows he is a tourist. He has come here. He's my brother because we have the same color. So I need to give the all support I have to him. So I don't know if he can do the same thing to me, because very soon I will go to South Africa. I don't know if he can do the same thing to me. You understand what I'm saying? South Africa, I'm coming, by the way. I will be coming. So I will go the same place. I want to see if I can do something the same to me. But to my African brothers too. When you see an African brother, when you see white brother, you go all wild. Whoa, muzungu. When you see a black brother, you'll be like, you even want to steal from him. It's not good. We need to support each other as black people. And you have heard this Proffesor Warrior said, we need to support each other as black people so that we can achieve the goals. And the goals we want is to make Africa great. The goals we want is to make black people great. That's the goals we are looking up to. But we cannot achieve our goals if we cannot start by supporting our own. It's all over in African or black country. Take, for example, the politicians from black countries. They all go wild supporting whites, being puppets to the whites, but they cannot support their own black brother who are suffering and dying and starving. They cannot support the businesses of the people of the country who are, trying. They cannot support the agriculture, the small agricultures who are trying to do something. But they will support whenever a white comes and open business. They want to give all the support. It's not that we are saying we don't want white people business to boom. Of course, it's competition, but on this competition, we need to have a fair competition. I don't blame whites on this. I don't blame whites on this for opening business everywhere. Of course, they are everywhere in Africa. They are doing business because business, you cannot depend on white-collar job. White-collar job cannot make you rich, number one. White-collar job cannot make you to live the dream life you want. White-collar job cannot make you retire peacefully. No. You need to have businesses as black people. Open business. I seen Jamaica business are open there. White people opening hotels. They are the one who are working on the beaches. The beaches are them. Okay, not the other beaches. Sorry, the beach. The Jamaican beach. So YouTube, forgive me on that. I'm specific. The beach. Yeah, where there's water. Pata pata pata. So yeah, we need to own business. Like in Jamaica, you see there's Asians there, Chinese people there, white people there, from USA, Spanish. They are running big business there. But all Jamaicans have gone where? Have gone to other lands. Jamaicans are in Canada working there, white-collar jobs. Jamaicans are in USA. Jamaicans are in UK. But the land has been left in the hands of foreigners. Same to Africa. Africans are running, going away to Qatar, going to we call Lebanon, Canada, Australia, and the land is being left in the hands of foreigners. Simply because when even I start something here, you cannot promote me. We need to have unity as black people. Tell me what you think on the comment section. Do you think the professor is right? Do you think black people or black Americans does not support fellow black Americans? What do you think? Support me, you can comment down there. There is a super thanks there. If you need support me more, you can do that. My number on the description and my email on the description. We can talk business as usual. Until next episode, peace be with you.